be sure to throw us some love over at Patreon at patreon.com/thecinemasnob. It is that time of year when I sit down for my giant year in film endeavor, which means you can see installments of The Cinema Snob's 1984 in film long before the whole thing is released. All that and more over at patreon.com/thecinemasnob.
First of all, let's make sure that everybody is here. If you're watching in the chat, go ahead and say hi. It might be one of those nights, people. I hit the button to start streaming a few minutes ago. Okay, cool. We're in the same chat and everything. That's nice. I'm not reusing a same feed from a few weeks ago. Clicked start streaming on there. Instantly gives me, which it's actually giving me right now, the red box. We can start doing this for a little bit. If it begins to get to be a bit much, we might have to go ahead and cut it short, or I'll just go right to the super chat questions and do what I can. It's showing green right now, but anyway, and according to the chat too, it has a sponsor. Senor Sticks in the chat said, "Family-friendly Cinema Snob brought to you by Tab Cola." Which would be weird because I've done so much pushing for Crystal Pepsi over the years, and it's Tab Cola that I first get the sponsorship for. I did do Tab Clear. I think that's the only Tab product I did on here. Can't say I raved about it necessarily. I distinctly remember the 30-year-old bottle of Crystal Pepsi holding up slightly better than probably also 30 years old, 30-year-old mini can of Tab Clear. Not sure what the difference was really. Maybe it was the yellow tint that the old bottle of Crystal Pepsi had that made it taste slightly better. Could have been the sugar breakdown in there. Or someone could have just mailed me a bottle of piss and it just so happened to taste better than the old mini can of Tab Clear. All right, I want to give a congratulations though here at the start of the program tonight, which is a congratulations to the winner of the Snob poll last week. We did the Toxbox poll last week on what will be an upcoming Cinema Snob. The choices, let me see if I can remember this off the top of my head. The choices were Scream 3, Pumpkinhead, the stock fifth choice, which for my memory is the third thing that I remember right now. But the stock fifth choice was Square Dance. There was Safe at Home, the movie from the 1960s. I can't remember what the fifth one was. Not that it really matters, because whatever one I'm forgetting right now didn't win at all. No. The one that easily, and I mean easily, came out on top. Let's give it up for Pumpkinhead, which will finally be an episode here in a couple of weeks. So you'll see it a lot sooner if you're over on Patreon. If you're on Patreon, I'll actually be editing it this weekend, and we'll have it posted sometime around then. But I wasn't sure where the poll was gonna go. When I first drew out the thing and it said Scream 3, that was the one. There's always like one where I'm like, please don't let it be that one. And it's usually the first thing I draw out too. I draw out Scream 3 on there, and in my head, I'm just going, please no. Not necessarily because of the movie, but again, it's whenever that happens, I pull one out, and I'm like, oh, I don't want it to be this one. It is 9 times out of 10 just because of the length. That movie is like 2 hours long, so I'm like, I don't want it to be the longer one. All of the other choices I was like totally cool with. But Pumpkinhead, at the very beginning of the poll, Pumpkinhead was already had a good lead, and it held on to that lead to where like well over 50% wanted to see an episode on Pumpkinhead. And I love it anytime I can do an episode where I've already got the VHS for it. I'll talk more about this tape when I do the episode, but this tape that I have of Pumpkinhead is the same one from when I was a kid. I've had this since like 5th grade. Again, I'll talk about it more in the episode, but you'll be seeing this tape a bit more when I do the episode on that. We're not going to do we're not going to do a Toxbox poll this week because on Monday, this coming Monday, will be the Porky's Revenge episode. And then after that, normally I was going to do a poll for the episode that would be after, or well, actually, wait, after that it'll be Pumpkinhead. But after Pumpkinhead, I would do another poll for Pumpkinhead, but a couple of things I got to get out of the way. One of those being the sort of fourth Porky's movie, that Ashcan sequel, Porky's Pimpin' Pee-wee from like 2008. I believe it's what it's called. I'm fine with doing that one. It's only like 70 minutes long. Also, I got a copy of the new Neil Breen movie, so that bumped up to a pretty high priority. What's it called? Cade the tortured genius, Cade the tortured soul, Cade, just call it Cade the Conqueror. It feels like it should be called Cade the Conqueror. It feels like there should already be a movie called Cade the Conqueror, and it'd be something that I'd talk about in like 1984 in film. Or maybe more so 1983 in film. I think that had a couple of A-Tor movies. 84's got Conan the Destroyer. So, yeah, the fictitious Cade the Conqueror with a young Neil Breen could have been in there. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. I see some rolling in so far. We'll get to those as soon as I get done rambling. Well, I should probably actually talk about what's in the thumbnail for this episode. Where it's like one of those episodes where I need a title of it and a picture to put up. So it's like, well, give it something that will probably only be about 5 minutes of discussion in an hour-long live stream. I can't call every single episode Brad rambles, occasionally pauses to take a sip of water in his mug, and then get easily distracted by VHS sitting next to him. I got more over here, too. I can get distracted again. I could hold up 10 to midnight that's sitting there. Anyone want to talk about the... I hope when my son gets older, his room looks just like this. What are you doing in your room? You can't possibly be sitting in there playing Paperboy 64. The Nintendo collection's right there. Play the other one. The Super Nintendo one's there, too. 64. Yeah, well, in the 64 one, I think you do get to fight Frankenstein at the end of it. So there's that. Paperboy 64 is slightly more plot-heavy than... slightly more plot heavy than the other ones, and bigger obstacles too, because it's 64, so there were some very rough, sharp edges on the Paperboy's bicycle in that one. He has a very convenient bicycle in Paperboy 64, where he is again riding to defeat Dr. Frankenstein, I believe, at the end of it, with a bicycle shaped like a hexagon. That's why he's going to the scientist, so we can get an extra jolt, bump it up slightly higher than 64 bits. So, my son, Jack, when he's in there napping, and not necessarily at night when he's sleeping, because we're asleep too, sometimes, mostly, but during the day when he's in there taking his nap, we have the baby cam set up looking right at looking right at him as he sleeps. Sometimes he rolls over to where he's not on the camera anymore, but that's okay. It's got this control on it where you can control where it's pointed. You can even make it play music if you want. There's a microphone on there so where you can talk into it. Sadly, there's no air horn button. I don't know why they haven't made the baby cam monitors without the air horn option. Seems like it'd be hilarious. Not for the baby, just a really funny way to wake up my wife. And we'll scare the cats too while we're at it. No. We're starting to think that he kind of knows what it is. We're getting some evil baby photographs where he'll be kind of rolling around because he's not quite crawling yet, but he knows how to roll. Yeah, like if he watches some of the old PSAs that I grew up with, the duck and cover stuff, he's got that covered. He can turn and roll like crazy. So he'll be doing that in his crib. Eventually, he'll make his way over to the cam. You kind of see that in the thumbnail a little bit when it was sitting on the tray as we were watching TV. And he's done this more than once, so we were kind of ready to get a picture of it when it happens. When he just looks his smiles like, that's my boy. It's like, oh yeah, he's my son. That where he just stares right in the camera, like eyes like this, big smile, like it's a baby opening shot of Clockwork Orange, just looking right into it. Laura and I are staring at it like perplexed. Like, does he know what it is? He knows it's something. He knows it's something because sometimes he'll spin around and kick it over, which is hilarious because it's outside the crib on a tray. But he knows enough to get his foot through there and just kick it over. I've never been more proud of him. Baby does not want to be on camera. He couldn't care less what I do for a living. Baby's sitting there. He sees me watching stuff like Porky's Revenge, and oh, I'm sure he'll love the Neil Breen movie that I'm going to be watching in a couple weeks. And so he knows he wants no part of that. He'll kick that camera over. He's looking in it, grinning, smiling, and it's like it's sort of like you picture him like on like a spaceship, and he sees HAL 9000 there. He might not know the context of being up in outer space on his way to Jupiter. He just knows something is up with that, and something is probably watching him. And I've seen enough horror movies to be fully prepared for if he either comes out of the monitor or if somehow it gives him powers through screens and electricity. I've seen Twilight Zone the movie. We just got to be nice to him is all. Then he won't throw us in the television like dude did to Nancy Cartwright in that movie. We just got to be nice to him. Throw him a birthday party every single day. I like dessert. I like parties. It might get kind of expensive, but yeah, we'll just make the baby happy. Clearly he's showing that he's evil. Or we could just start getting him to Sunday school, playing him some happy music. Our tradition in the mornings is whenever we wake up, I fix my coffee. I get like a breakfast bar. He sits on his little bouncer, and we put on Miss Rachel together, which really every single song delightfully stuck in my head. Like, it's not a bad thing at all. It irradiates such positivity through its like lyrics and happiness and all that. It kind of does carry me through my day. When it's stuck in my head and I'm singing these songs in my head through the day, I'm like, yeah, you know what, this making it easier to get through Porky's Revenge, not gonna lie. And it puts the boy in a good mood too. I guess that's what's most important. It's actually waking me up more than the coffee is. So we'll have it on. Laura's sitting there, and Laura's listening to some of these songs and the lyrics, and she's going, these honestly kind of sound like stuff I would have heard in Sunday school, except the lyrics don't really have anything to do with Jesus. They just kind of sound like they should. So now that's like turned into a game with me and Laura, where we're watching it, and like they'll be singing the songs, and we'll try to find just like a minor way to turn it into like sort of a Sunday school song. Like, how's one of them go? Like, I can be your friend. We'll be sitting there going, Christ can be your friend. Or, I could sing and dance. I can hang out with my friends. That's easy. That's, I can sing and dance. I can hang out with the Lord. I say to Laura, I go, it really actually kind of does sound like something I'd hear on Colby the Christian Computer. And then Laura's like, I don't know what that is. You know nothing about what I do for a living. I know you don't know what Colby the Christian Computer is. That's why my computer can conveniently print out scripture and yours can't. That's why mine has roller skates and a backwards hat. Well, that's what I did to my backwards hat, by the way. I don't wear that anymore. I gave that to my computer that prints out scripture for me. So the boy likes he likes all the singing and dancing on television and everything. So then we decided, we're like, okay, well, let's actually take him out to the park. Oh man, now I'm getting, see, I'm telling you, I'm getting the red box right now. I might, yeah. Well, hopefully I got out some stories here before, okay, it's green again now. See, I'm telling you, evil baby. I actually have no idea how this comes together when it goes through processing and people don't watch it live. I don't know if it just skips, which it's probably doing right now. I could be talking to nobody. It's going, all right, now it's green again. See, it's going to show up on your screen and say 7 days, and you won't know what it means. 7 days will go by. Boom. You look in your hamper, dirty diaper. So we'll take him to, I'm actually, you know what, actually, I might look at some comments, honestly. Just out of curiosity, find out what it's like when there's interruptions on the stream versus when it's done, processes, and then gets posted up. I don't watch any of this once it's done and posted. No, anyway, I can ramble on any more so than usual right now. Just, is it green? Whenever I acknowledge that it's green, it changes. It's the little squares on the bottom, by the way. I've probably mentioned it before during these. It's a crapshoot whenever I do one of these. Weather doesn't matter. It's just whether or not it decides it wants to be green or red. It's red right now. So anyway, we take Jack outside. And took him to the park for the first time. We posted up some pictures of that, of us having like a picnic at the park and everything. And he got to he got to literally touch grass for the first time. We had he had his hands out. We had his shoes off. We put his hand in the grass. He didn't like it at first. We put his hand in the grass, and he was instantly like, nee! And then Laura goes, "Oh no." Get rid of all screens in the house, including his monitor. One, he's doing some telepathic shit with that monitor. I know he is. And now he doesn't like touching the grass. Get that out of there. Maybe on second thought, the boys shouldn't be in the room with me when I'm watching Cade the Conqueror. Or Cade the Tortured, whatever. It's got torture in the title. Probably shouldn't be watching it with the boy in the room. You're not ready for the Chinese torture chamber movie yet, son. All right. So, okay. I don't know how in and out the skipping is going on here. I'll do another quick homework thing right now. Then we'll just go ahead and go to the super chat questions. Over on Patreon, for the past few weeks, it's actually been pretty fun to do because it makes me not know what I'm going to see for the weekend. I've been doing polls for movies a movie that you pick for me to see and review over the weekend that's out in theaters. Last week, I usually don't know what's going to win. Last week, I thought for sure Tarot was probably going to have it. And it didn't. It was The Fall Guy. Worked out because I really like The Fall Guy a lot. But I love reviewing bad horror movies, though, so I still wanted to see Tarot. I'll probably do a Cinema Snob episode on it. Cade the Tortured Crossing. Thank you. Thank you, John Bondi. He said it in the chat. Cade the Tortured Crossing. Okay, anyway. Oh, so the audio stays... Whenever it... goes in and out like that, whenever it kind of skips. The audio is still fine. I'm seeing a Senor Sticks, who got me my tab endorsement, says the audio is still good whenever it kind of skips. That makes me feel a little bit better if that's the case. It'll be the most still that I've ever been in one of these videos. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. So I'm actually not doing that, the poll movies this week. It'll be being... I went to go put up the poll. We're only getting like 2 new movies in like all the theaters around us. Two new movies that I could see. Like there's a few new things that are out beyond that, but they're at like inconvenient times. Like there's a couple of new Indian movies that are only playing at like noon or something like that. Same with a few other things. So it would have been just the choice between 2 movies on there. I could have done the poll, but I like there to be more things when it's a poll. Also, I made a judgment call and I was like, yeah, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes is out. but so is the parody of Tyler Perry movies. That is Not Another Church Movie, I believe it's called. It's been a long time since we've had a movie from the genre of Not Another parody genre movie. I could Not Another Church Movie is something I could have called Jesus Bro. When something is in the genre of a movie I've written in the past, I should probably go see it. I'm like, I've seen enough Tyler Perry movies to watch a parody, so I'm making a judgment call. Tomorrow I'm going to go see Not Another Church Movie. And I haven't seen the trailer for it, but I am just guessing it's one of those trailers where somewhere in there it says, like, from the people who saw Diary of a Mad Black Woman. You know what I mean? Like, the Friedberg Seltzer movies did that a lot. Like, from the people who saw 300. You know, I am only, like, guessing that that's in the trailer. I would almost put money on that I'm right, that it does something like that. So, okay, I'll be seeing that tomorrow. The review will go up. The review will go up on Friday. So, okay, I don't know what the connection here is like. I apologize, people. Okay. Sorry. It's that usual point in the stream which is convenient for me to put an ad break in later. Or I'm widening the screen enough to put a commercial break in. Okay. James Moyner says, good question. What's the first movie that I saw with breasts in it? He says, for me, it was Daryl Hannah and Splash during the... Says that's like... Either it's the first movie they took me to see in theaters, or it's the first one I sat through all of at home. And that has nudity in it in the shower scenes where he comes in. My memory goes, I grew up with. There's some that had nudity in it, like that I would have seen at a really young age and grew up with. Whether it's 16 Candles, Airplane, Revenge of the Nerds. The Jerk is rated R, but I don't think that has... Does that have nudity? I don't think that has nudity in it. I don't think. But those... I'm going to say it's I'm going to say it's probably Vacation. Matt Florent. Will we ever see the return of Snobby the Puppet? He's over... give me a second. Hang on. I got a closet full of old stuff over here. Old props and posters. Something like digging some stuff out of the closet in there. Dusting cobwebs off of them. The Snobby Puppet. Old costumes I've probably got in there too. That Kung Tai Ted karate outfit might be in there. I'm not sure. All right. Danny McGraw. Hey, Brad, what's the most underrated John Travolta movie in your opinion? He says, for me, it's Michael. For a long time, great freaking movie. That's a Brian De Palma movie is it 82, 83? Where John Travolta is a sound man on a movie, and he's out recording some random sounds in the park and ends up picking up a murder. It's like a loose, like, John Lithgow in it, and it has one of the gutsiest endings ever put on film. Like, that is the kind of ending that seems designed for a test audience, but it is so dark and risky to do that, and it pulled it off because, one, it's memorable, it's beautifully shot and tragic, and also has a fantastic final line in a movie. I'll still kind of stick with Blowout. The movie did underperform when it came out, but of Travolta's 80s movies, it's one of, if not his best 1980s movie. I actually don't think when I saw it when I was young, I remember not liking it a lot. Then I saw it again to do a snob episode on. I actually thought it kind of worked, like, a little bit. Like, I enjoyed how there is this big existential thing going on in the movie with God wanting to destroy the earth, And that was one I was like, yeah, it's not. Of course, it's not as good as Grease, but I didn't mind it. Blowout's way freaking better, but I kind of didn't mind Two of a Kind. The connection is really bad this episode. Yeah, okay, guys. Maybe I'll write down. Yeah, they're saying the connection is really, really bad. I don't know what's doing it. I don't know what's doing it. It's just, it's not our night, I'm afraid. Yeah, lag is bad. Is it messing with the audio? Out of curiosity, is it making the audio really bad? Like, can people still kind of hear what I'm saying, or should I just go ahead and call it quits? Write down the super chat question and pick it up another time. I could do like a special one where I answer the super chat questions. Maybe a commercial break. I don't know if that'll freezes. Okay. All right. Well, if you can still hear me, I'll go ahead and keep going. Or I'm talking about having COVID or some shit, or I'm having to like read a script or something. It's not just lagging. The video is completely freezing. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means the audio is also freezing with it. All right, let me answer another question. John Bondi, did you ever try Dew Shine? It was the clear Mountain Dew drink. I did, actually. I remember nothing about it other than I probably tried it just because it's clear soda of a soda that's not normally clear. So, yeah, I don't even remember what it tasted like, to be perfectly honest. The audio is fine, but the video freezes and we miss what you're saying. Freezing along with the video. That's what I mean by that. Sorry. That's what I mean by that. Is the audio freezing too? Because if it was just the video that was frozen, but the audio was still kind of going over like a still shot of me. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go ahead and call it quits. The baby or the screen is freezing because the baby strikes again. This will be an unlisted episode. Maybe I'll go ahead and maybe I'll keep this one unlisted and just put it over on Patreon. But all right. Let me see if there's something else I can do. Settings, organization, chat, trailer, organization, balanced, ads, balanced, choose will appear, detail. Okay. Maybe, like if I can looking for like a lower setting that maybe I could put it on that would help it that might help it stream a little bit better. Not see it. It's probably the only option that is available before you hit stream, then it disappears while you are streaming. All right, well, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and call it, guys. Sorry. I know got a few questions answered. But I'll write down what your super chat questions are. I'll write down what the super chat questions are, and I'll answer them for you next time. Sorry that this one is such a disaster. I hope I made it a beautiful disaster for you. So, now that I've decided to stop, it's green again. It might stay. It might go ahead and stay. At least I got the Dew Shine question answered. If how many questions do I have left? I'm wondering if while it's green. No, I got a lot. Yeah. I got a lot more questions that are in here. I don't know if I want to risk it going red. I can keep going until it turns red. There's nobody still watching anyway. I'll keep going. I'll tell you what. I'll keep going until it turns red. Let's see how many I can get through before it turns red again. Do shot. Okay, Jacob Matthew Crawford. Thanks for helping me, by the way. Jacob Matthew Crawford. Evil Indeed. Speaking of which, as a Stephen King fan, did you ever get a chance to read his now out of print 1977 Richard Bachman novel Rage? No, I didn't. I didn't read that. The only of the Bachman books I think I read was maybe The Running Man. I didn't come across Rage. I know the Nicolas Cage movie Rage. I'm guessing slightly different. Maybe it is it wouldn't have been. Let's see, that's around the era I think that Cage did Next, which is like quote unquote sort of based on Philip K. Dick. Not really, sort of. Says it is in the credits. John Bondi. Have you seen Silk 2 or The Baby? I don't need to see The Baby. I'm living The Baby. Thank you very much. I've seen Baby. I haven't seen those. I've seen that movie. I remember this movie from when I was a kid. Remember that movie, Baby Secret of the Legend? Or it had one of those subtitles where it's like Legend of Secrets, Secrets of the Unknown, Secrets, something. They find a baby dinosaur in it. It's like, it's King Kong Lives, except replace that with they find a baby dinosaur in the movie. I remember that from when I was a kid. It's one of those that I remember liking as a kid, but probably haven't seen it since I was 5 years old. And then you grow up to see, oh wait, that has really bad reviews. 3-year-old me remembered liking it. Jacob Matthew Crawford, with Tequila and Benetti done, will you do Cop Rock? The next thing is going to be for Manimal. That's the big run through I'm doing next. I actually have it written. I have the Snob episode written for the pilot of Manimal, which was awesome rewatching it again. It's great revisiting Manimal because I did that video on it like 12 years ago or something, where it was like the best moments of Manimal or something. That video doesn't count anymore. We need a proper run through of all the Manimal episodes. And then watching it again, like Dr. Jonathan Chase is a lot hornier than I remembered him being. I'm like, I forgot when he it feels more like an 80s college comedy that I remembered. I forgot about the part where Dr. Jonathan Chase turns into a cat and sticks his head in Ursula Andress's blouse. But I do remember where he turns into a shark, and we're not sure if he ate Ed Lauder or not. John Bondi, are you going to let Jack watch Veggie Tales? I'll let him watch Carmen. I mean, maybe he'd like Veggie Tales. I don't know. Veggie Tales is a little after my time. But Laura, I think, really grew up with it. Neither of us are that religious, but that is one of those things where it kind of transcends that a little bit. You don't have to be like terribly religious to enjoy it, like Carmen. Carmen is from my time, so you will have to show him some Carmen, of course. John Bondi, Cade the Tortured Crossing is the name. Excellent, thank you. I'm still calling it Cade the Conqueror. It should be Cade the Conqueror. John Bondi, did Doug get the Whopper chips? Right. He did say he wanted the Burger King Whopper chips. And they're not in the cupboard anymore. Did I give that to him? I believe I gave him the sardine candy canes. I wanted to like the Whopper chips. They were gross. The Wendy's chicken sandwich Pringles, way better. The Sour Patch Kids Oreos, also way better. Laura hated the Sour Patch Kids Oreos that I had a couple of weeks ago. She tried it before me, and so I went in with low expectations because of that. I actually thought it was fine. Like, it wasn't too sour, which is what I look for in an Oreo. It was nice, fruity tasting Oreo. I brought it to the convention with me, and everyone enjoyed it there. But Laura, slightly pickier eater than me. Laura's the type that has to look at the restaurant menu first before we go to the restaurant. Me, no. I sit down and I go, what do they got? Okay, I want that. She's a vegetarian, so she's vegetarian. She's a lot more health conscious than me. I'm the one who orders the entirety of the White Castle menu on my birthday. That's me, not her. So, okay. Still going green. Well, that's good. Delos 1138. Hey, Brad. Glad to see One Dark Night make it onto 1983 in film. Which one was One Dark Night? There was I cover a lot of movies. I cover a lot of movies in the year in retrospectives. Which one was One Dark? Hang on. I'll look it up. I know I'm playing with fire right now, looking up something while the connection is already terrible. They're playing with fire. That's the name of a 1984 movie that I just covered. One Dark Night. One Dark Night. The Meg Tilly one. Loading. Why did I even try doing this? Yes, IMDb. Yes, I know. The new season of The Boys is coming up. I'll let that. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's loaded. Oh, that Tom McLaughlin did. He did Friday the 13th Part 6. Okay, yeah, all right. Now I remember talking about this. Okay. That's right. It took me a minute. Yeah, maybe I'll have to throw that one in the Tox box too. Okay, you said you recommended it to me. We met at we met at Wizard World. Okay, yeah, Wizard World Columbus. Oh, and it's got a 1 by your name too. So your first super chat. I'm sorry it had to be on this episode. That's what I should have called this one, the worst episode of the podcast. It makes me feel better when there's other live streams that I watch, and whenever there's like an episode where they're having problems with connections and stuff like that, and they're fighting with the computer, and sometimes have to like cut a stream short or start another one or do something like that when there's any kind of technical difficulties. When it happens on shows that I watch, yeah, it does suck for that person. Totally, it totally does. At the same time, there is part of me that is sort of like, okay, I don't feel so alone. There's part of me that's like, cool, I'm not the only one. It's a common problem. Every now and then there will just be those episodes with craptacular convention and connection, and you just got to deal with it. Jacob Matthew Crawford. Ross John Fernley, a creator I follow, just put up a Q&A video in his Suspect Green channel. Fans got to submit videos to be featured. I submitted a video wearing the Cinema Snob Bat Pussy t-shirt. Your merch is getting seen. Thank you so much. That does mean a lot. Boom, right there. It turned red at the last question. It's probably cutting out right now, so you can't see me celebrating, but it waited until the end. Okay, it's green now. It waited until the very end and the last question. Excellent. Cool. Thanks for all the help you guys gave me too during the stream too. Now I get an idea of what it's. Now I get an idea of why there's no point in me talking right now, because it's red and you can't hear shit. Oh, cool. Another question. I admire the risk that you body again. I think you would like The Baby. It's about an adult man who's forced to act like a baby by his mom and sisters. Ooh. He's Barney from The Simpsons going out and handing out flyers. Well, they're disappointed if that's a movie in the future. We tried, right? How long do we go? 45 minutes? Cool. I am keeping